So let's get on to the Makers Market. It's the second one ran in spring. That was in March, was it?
Yes, that's right. 7th and 8th.
And that was the second one.
Yeah.
Where did the idea come from? Who were you working with? What happened?
So, my housemate E. It was like. So we both moved in on the same date in 2016, 2017. Anyway, so she did we live on a corridor, and there's like 7 flats on a corridor, and she did a little exhibition, and she called it the Corridor Exhibition. And that was cool. I was just like, oh wow, she's done a thing. Like, it sort of hadn't occurred to me. You've got all these people around you, bring them together and present a thing. So she did that. She went to Central St Martin's, studied fine art, and then she followed it up with the second one, and the standard like just remarkably had improved. Then she did a third one, and it was really amazing to see how the standard just got better and better from leap up every time. And she also did, she just kind of said, like, I think she organised like a little market and a jam in our car park. And then about kind of the second one, I think, was the summer one with the market and the jam. And then the third one coincided with our now friend Laith, who we met through the event that he did. And he did Arenaville, which it was like a little music festival in the car park.
Yeah, I think I went to that last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I wonder if we met each other.
Oh, possibly. Do you know what the headline band were called?
Do you know what? I didn't get to see much of the stuff because I had a market stall.
Oh, right.
So I was selling house plants with my mate Tal. They were doing like flower crowns and stuff. So there was a little market kind of just chucked together there.
Yeah.
I cannot remember. Was it Hot Teas? Was that? Oh, Imperial Leisure.
Imperial Leisure.
Imperial Leisure, yeah. I think they're good mates with the dude that has the music studios here, I think, maybe.
One of them's got a studio in there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's a small world as well, because one of the guys that I grew up with in my tiny little town drums for them. Jay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Flitwick, just outside Luton.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Yeah. So he drums for them, and he texted me just saying, oh, my band are playing in North London, I know you live there. And he was like, oh, here. And I was like, what, you mean like down the road?
Is that how you sort of found out about the warehouses or not?
That was the second time I'd been. I had a friend that lived just outside, but I didn't have any friends that lived in the warehouses at that point. So yeah.
Once you have one, then you have loads.
Dude, that's it. But anyway, as you were saying, after Arenaville.
Yeah, so I remember, Tal and I got to our stall late. We went to New Covent Garden Market, got our stock. We'd put a load of research into it because I was sort of looking to move out of the job that I was in, and maybe my warehouse is just full of plants. And so I kind of was thinking, maybe I'll do like some sort of planty venture. So yeah, we're just kind of like having fun. And when we got there about like 12:30, I couldn't believe how many stalls there were. I think there ended up being about 30, but I was just like, whoa, this is just for Arena. This is just for our one warehouse community in the whole warehouse district.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool if we did this for like the whole district kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. And then I finished working doing the job that I was doing in the September, and then that's when I sort of like just had a bee in my bonnet about doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so the first one was in December. Was that after that September?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Arenaville was in May.
Yeah.
I left my job in September, and then the first one was in
Was it a full-time? Was it a full-time job organising?
Yeah, totally. Market? It was really full-time. I was lucky that I had the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like just everything from like creating the graphics to writing all the promo and like, I don't know, posting it online, even just going around talking to people and getting information about stuff. It's like proper full-time.
Yeah. How much work did you delegate? Do you do it all yourself, or have you got a team?
My friend Tal did the social media, but did the Instagram side of things
Right.
on both this December one and the March one.
Yeah.
We did a little bit, like, you know, did a little bit together, but Tal was managing that mainly, and that's a really huge part of it. Like just getting it out.
Tal does a sick job. The Instagram coverage before it happened was great. It was so good. It was really like fun, and people could get involved. Like, it was interactive and stuff. It was such a good way of doing it. It was daily, at least daily. In fact,
it was like doing it about 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
2 times, 3 times, whatever we could manage.
Tal's Instagram, their Instagram themselves is great anyway.
Yeah, I know. Tal's a legend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I made the it was them that convinced me to make banana bread in this quarantine.
You what? Make banana? Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god!
Because they put up
their little recipe videos.
Yeah.
I know, so good. I think I watched that one as well. It was really cute. Yeah, I loved watching that one. And they just flung the video out, just
literally.
Like.
And
it was really good.
Within an hour, I had a banana bread of my own.
You are joking.
It was awesome.
See, that's inspiration right
exactly,
there.
Dude. I haven't. It was getting bad. Like, I hadn't cooked a home cooked meal. I was on the ready meals by that point. So for me to bake is insane.
So Tal pulled you back from the brink, basically.
For sure. It was great. I made 2.
Oh my god!
I made another one a week later.
You surpassed yourself. No way. The habit's stuck.
But yeah,
follow more. They're actually also a really, really good cook.
Yeah, really.
Just like a good creative cook, like kind of good, nice, wholesome foods, but like making them delicious.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. Yeah, they're very good.
But
but the delegation thing, I guess that was sort of, we worked really closely together on that on the first one, and then it sort of all came out of it was actually amazing how it worked. Like my housemate E, obviously she's North London Art, so she organised the exhibition upstairs.
Cool.
We were really, really lucky to be able to work together. Obviously she'd done the exhibitions here at Arena, so it made sense for her to have the top floor and kind of just have that platform.
Yeah.
And then my housemate Kaya was just like, I want to do the bar. And then James is a sound engineer, so he ended up kind of closer to the time. I think I can't remember how it happened. I think I might have asked him, or he volunteered or whatever. So it sort of almost ended up being like a housemate effort. And then my other housemates, Jack and Carlotta, they helped out on the bar. And it was like that both times. Yeah. It was really, really, really amazing, like really cool. And then there was other neighbours and stuff. Like somebody said that they wanted to do decor. So that was another huge part of it that I was actually, I knew that was going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
For the vibe.
Is that where the disco balls and stuff came in?
Yeah, exactly. And M's decor whiz. And so it was really nice actually, because it was extremely organic.
Yeah.
And I'm really, it was nice. I sort of learned a bit about my management style. I'm like, right, cool, you want to do it, you just go and do it. Great.
Definitely.
So just, they kind of, it was lovely.
Yeah, no, and I've probably met the whole team, and they were all so great, and they're all having such a good time.
Yeah.
And
that was the nice thing about it.
James is one of the nicest sound engineers I've ever worked with.
He is, isn't he? He's lovely.
So
he's a lovely man.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's a great event. How do you pick the people that are getting involved? As in the artists you have there.
Okay, first time. Well, so the first time, I guess if you think about it, like the first time I had no idea what we could pull together at all. It was literally just sort of like, just throw it out there and keep on throwing it out there and keep on talking to people and see what comes back. And then we'll sort of know what it looks like, which was really nerve wracking.
I bet.
Because you're sort of like hyping it up to people and you're like, oh, is it even going to happen?
Yeah.
So we got like a surprisingly kind of lowish number of performers come back to us and volunteer, or just say they wanted to play, whatever. One of those was Jav, your mate. Actually, you're a Bracco fellow, a Bracco person.
Well, we worked together, and he was the second guest I had on the podcast.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I need to listen to that.
So the listeners should know Javaid.
Yes, also a really lovely bloke.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, it was crazy actually. So Tal and I, just all these I could go on about it forever really, but like all these lovely little coincidences and kind of things kept on happening, and like just meeting people. So Tal and I, we try and go to like a different coffee shop to have our weekly meetings about it.
Yeah.
And just kind of because we wanted to sort of like, you know, just have a bit of fun with the Instagram and like showcase local spots as well, like local businesses. So it wanted to be sort of wanted it to be further reaching than just us and our, you know, what we were doing. Maybe showcase, like, just see what comes of it, sort of thing. So one of the places we went to was Abraco because we heard the coffee was good. And then Jav was behind obviously we didn't know him, he was the barista on the day, and we were like, hey, he looks like he might come to our event, let's have a look at him. We're going to talk to him, and then we kind of like went up, it's like, no, you go, and then, you know, we went and gave him a flyer, and he was super humble, and he was like, I might know a few people who could play some music. Yeah, I'll sort of DJ a bit. Yeah. And it turned out, he brought us 3 DJs and himself.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's got Ramen Sound, his label, their label. So he sort of kind of sorted out the DJ side of things. And then we got a few other acts. Alien Tango headlined and smashed it. He was absolutely brilliant.
That was the first time I saw him. I've seen him like 3 times since now.
Have you really?
Yeah, dude, crazy.
Oh my god,
he's so good.
I was going to go to his gig that was obviously cancelled because of Russell events.
Yeah.
He was absolutely, like, honestly, just couldn't have asked for like a better like turnout, musicians, traders. It was just pretty remarkable.
Yeah. And what about the traders? How do you find the traders?
That's way easier because I think we just put it out on Instagram, put it out on Facebook, talk to people. I joined a lot of like 100 local Facebook groups this time and was posting on there. So kind of trying to get, because I actually thought that all of the traders would come solely from the Haringey Warehouse district.
Okay.
Because it's so creative, but that wasn't the case. So we sort of had to reach a bit further around London, as well as. But obviously, it just takes a little bit of time for people to kind of hear about it and understand that it's an actual thing.
Of course.
It was, you know, like, I think we had like first time over 100 applications and second time over 200 for the traders.
And how many do you have on the day? Like 40 or something?
The first one was 75, and the second one, oh my god, I think the second one was like because the first one was 1 day only, second one was 2 days, and I think we almost doubled it. I did have all the figures. Yeah, I think we almost doubled it or just over doubled it or something across the 2 days, because some people traded both days and some won. Yeah. So, yeah.
Dude, and I watched it go from that first one to the second one and 1 day to 2 days, and the second one felt like it was growing, and it's in such like early days, it's already growing. I don't know what are your plans, kind of. It's hard to say, I'm sure, with all this madness going on, but are there plans to do more, and if so, what are the plans to grow?
There are plans to do more. So there was going to be, our mate Laith was going to do Arenaville again this May on the 23rd. However, obviously we can't do it.
No.
I was going to bring the market to that and actually sort of organise a massive market for that.
Oh, that would have been sick.
It would have been really, really wicked. The plan was to do one market per quarter, one event per quarter this year. So it would be March, which we've had, and then June, September, December. So I reckon, all being well, we'll have one in September. The only unknown is whether we can get that ex-Penrite warehouse again. Because that's sort of, I know it's being used as artist studios at the moment, which is really cool, rather than laying vacant.
Yeah. Oh, is that place usually just lay vacant, or?
It has, so it's been there. I think somebody approached my housemate E about the possibility of managing it maybe like a year and a bit ago. So I know it's sort of it's been slowly renovated since at least or maybe it was finished-ish last February. But yeah, I think the owner, who also owns several of the warehouses around here, he was kind of keen to have the events that we did there, just to showcase it to people, local people, and kind of let them know it was there.
And it's a sweet place, and it works so well, like you say, with the
doesn't it?
The art upstairs.
It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. And it was I tell you what, I thoroughly enjoy the M4 Makers Market.
We thoroughly enjoyed you performing, guys.
Thank you very much.
It was really cool, honestly. It was brilliant. And obviously, Jav was really responsible this time for bringing lots of the performers on the Saturday, and we had all the female performers on Sunday.
Oh, because it was International Women's Day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which accidentally made it International Man's Day on the day before, but
it did, didn't it?
but that doesn't matter.
It's kind of like any precious female musicians or DJs. It was like, they're going on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that Jav organised all the artists on the Saturday was so sick, because it was just me and all my mates playing a gig all day.
Yeah, that must have been so fun.
It was so good, and it was just such a good thing to have all the people that I've worked with in a room together, and I could just sit and watch them play live.
Oh my god, yeah. And James Daniel.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to forget anyone. Like Simeon.
Simeon's brilliant. Simeon's been on the podcast as well.
Oh, has he? I guess
you're gonna have to have a listen through.
Yeah, that's job for tomorrow. Not even a job, just my leisure time.
It's hard
There's
work.
Lots of it.
So how would you describe the M4 Makers Market to someone if you're trying to sell it to them so that they should come along? What would you say?
Okay. I guess it's by the community, for the community. It's an art market. I don't love craft fair because it makes it sound like a craft fair. So an art market, people can come and buy art and stuff that people design and make.
Yeah.
But I think it's set apart by the fact that it's got live music and DJ sets and the exhibition upstairs. I mean, the exhibition is by North London Art, so that's a separate organisation.
Right.
But we're friends, so we've done it together. And I hope we can continue doing them for as long as possible together, because they work stunningly.
Yeah.
But I would say art market with live music and
for anyone.
I really like the food and drink side of it as well. It's really fun.
Dude, for sure. It was nice. Good beers, good food as well.
Yeah, good beers. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, because we sort of we worked with Crafty Apple, a Tottenham cider and ale distributor, and it's a female run brewery, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
So we just sort of wanted to, and the food kind of, the second time I sort of curated the food a bit more because we sort of knew what was out there. So it's kind of, just making it like good stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, the music's really good quality as well. And it's sort of, the whole aim of it is to support the creative community here.
Yeah, and it does feel like a community. One thing my mum said is she was looking at loads of stuff, and she was saying, because she's got really into macrame recently. She was looking at someone's macrame. Maybe we should get her on.
I bet that's Lily Knott's Have.
Probably, I think so. I
bet it is.
But and she was saying to me, "Oh, how's she done that? How's she done that? What's she done?" And I was like, "Mum, you in this world, you can ask. You can just ask. Like, she'll tell you." Which she and
that was really cute that you brought your mum and dad, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Sweet. Loved it.
It's becoming very clear from all my online content, the podcast and the YouTube, that I'm a bit of a mama's boy. So,
it's lovely.
But and she spent the rest of the day asking everyone what they were doing and how they were doing it, and just having like the best day, because she's always been super into art and stuff and very creative, but because she's been in these areas where you don't get to go to these sort of things, she hasn't been able to chat to people and stuff, so she really appreciated it.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, because it's not only for and I've looked at maybe looking into funding and stuff for it, because I think it is really valuable for the community, not only for the makers and the creators and the performers, but also for the community, like giving them actual access to the arts and people who are involved in it.
Yeah.
And I've had like, from my own own experience as well, and also just listening to so many people, like everyone takes away like really cute little like stories or interactions, or they've learned something, or like, yeah, I could go on about it for ages. Like it's we all of us, like our house was just like flying really high for like at least a couple of weeks afterwards. Just couldn't stop talking about it.
I bet
it's so nice.
No, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm more than happy to promote your event, and I'll always promote an event that I'm playing at anyway. But this one, I was particularly like, this one's the one to come to.
Thanks, man.
No worries.